Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to a updated Astral runecrafting guide, because I do have one on my channel right now, but it's fairly old and fairly inaccurate because I didn't really have that much experience actually making Astrals when I made that, and I've done a couple million XP at Astrals at this point because they are quite efficient these days, and so I've got the basic idea down, and I'm going to show you guys how I get 35k XP an hour doing Astrals and why they are extremely efficient as of now with current prices. They're actually better to do than Nats with the prices right now. Now, check the prices, they're subject to change. Right now, Astrals are like over 180 GP right now, and Nats are like 245, so with those prices, definitely do Astrals. Even if you have 91 RC, Astrals are better because GP per hour is the same and XP per hour is better. So yeah, I'll show you guys how I'm doing Astrals, and it's probably a little bit different than what you've heard a lot of people say, and like in my last video, I showed banking at Lunars and using 3 pouches. Better to bank at Castle Wars, actually. It increases your XP per hour by maybe like 2k, which definitely adds up. You have to use dual rings, which, speaking of which, I need a new one. You have to use dual rings, but the extra like few hundred Astral runes that you craft will be worth a lot more than the dual rings that you use in an hour, so it's definitely worth doing to bank it at Castle Wars. As far as the inventory setup, rune pouch is really useful, and obviously take your 4 pouches. Don't do Astrals before 82, and of course you need to have like lunar diplomacy and all that crap done, but yeah, it's not really worth it to do Astrals until you have 82. Before then you should just do lavas to get your RC level to 82 as quickly as possible. But rune pouch, really good thing to have. You can buy emblems from other players, so you don't have to actually PK. You can buy tier 1s in like World 18 and Edgeville probably pretty easily, but in the rune pouch I take Astral runes, Law runes, and Earth runes. And you have a couple of options with runecrafting Astrals. The reason that I have Earth runes in there is because I take a Steam Battle Staff to cast Magic Imbue, because I can get about 25k Magic XP per hour just doing Magic Imbue 3 times a lap, and it doesn't take any extra time, and it's really worth it. Definitely would recommend that if you're considering ever training Magic, and you're crafting Astrals anyway, so it's not like you're directly spending money, you're just like cutting into your profit a little bit. But Magic Imbue is the most efficient way to train Magic regardless, so you definitely should, and you get a ton of Magic XP. Like if you did it all the way to 99, you'd have a whole bunch of extra Magic XP without any time spent, so definitely would recommend that. As far as gear setup, full graceful is ideal if you have high defense. If you don't have very high defense, it's better to wear some gear that has decent defense bonuses, like maybe dehides or something like that, and keep your weight at 0. And other than that, I bring a Fury and a Dragonfire Shield, because both of those I can wear and still have well below 0 weight. And yeah, the Steam Battle Staff is for the runes for Magic Imbue. If you don't want to do Magic Imbue, just take a Earth Staff of some kind, you know, mud, earth, lava, and in Rune Pouch you don't need to take Earth runes. And as far like in the rune pouch with Astrals, you want to like your rune pouch will gradually fill up as you're crafting, because you want to put your Astrals in the pouch after you finish a run. So every so often you'll have to empty it out. But yeah, just start off your Astrals with like 5 or 10 Astrals in your pouch, so that way you can still do Magic Imbue. As far as the bank setup, I always have my essence right here. That's why I have these marks on my screen, is for deposit inventory, and my S right here. So this is where I usually put my S, just because it's a convenient spot. When I like withdraw, I just have to move over a little bit to fill my pouches. And then you definitely want to have stamina potions and rings of dueling. Those are the primary items that you'll need, so keep those close to your S for easy withdrawal. You will need air runes and cosmic runes nearby also, because you're going to be casting NPC contact every so often to repair your pouches. Another thing I'd really recommend is to get an Abyssal Book. That's this item right here, and you can get it by talking to the Dark Mage. And if you have this Abyssal Book, then it makes the chat dialogue a little bit shorter for repairing your pouches, which makes your XP per hour slightly higher. So you just have to go through 2 chat dialogue things, and then your pouches will be repaired. And you have to do that every like 10 or 11 laps, so it doesn't take up too much time. And then it's nice to have a little bit of food, because once in a while the sukas will hit you down a little bit. I use maybe like 1 or 2 monkfish per hour on average, but it's good to have. And that's pretty much all you need, really. And with current prices, as I said, they're about the same GP per hour as Nats. If you're getting 35k XP per hour in runecrafting, you're getting like 1.5 mil GP per hour with current prices, which is insane. And unless prices change a lot, it'll be worth it to do Astrals instead of Nats for all of your runecrafting. I mean, you won't have enough money to fund maxing from 99 RC, but it'll take less time. So if you spend the same amount of time runecrafting Astrals as you would have runecrafted Nats, if you did Nats to 99, then you'll have higher runecrafting XP and the same amount of GP in the same amount of time spent. So you may as well do Astrals. But yeah, definitely check on the price of Astrals before doing it. If they're down to like 120 or some shit, then definitely not. If they're like 150, probably still worth it, and definitely do them at least to 82 to 91, if not higher. And at that point, it's up to you. If Nats rise a lot, then you might want to consider going back. Like if Nats are like 270 or 280 or something like that, then you might want to do them instead. But with current prices, Astrals are awesome. So I'm going to walk you guys through the basic run, and I'm going to show you guys how exactly I do Astrals, and we can go from there. So we'll start off at the end of a run with banking. So I always cast Magic Imbue at the start of, or like right before I bank, put my runes in my pouch, and then in this case I needed a stamina potion, so banking sequence does go pretty fast. I'm using HK. I'm not going to go into that too much, but you can use mouse keys also, and that will still get you pretty fast banking. I have a guide on how to set up mouse keys, and you guys can check that out if you want to. I'll probably put that in the description, but yeah. I cast Magic Imbue 3 times per lap, as I said earlier, so once as I'm running towards the bank, once at like this towards the start, like pretty soon after I teleport, and then once right here, like a little bit past the bridge, and then basically just take your pouches, empty them out as soon as you finish a craft, and that's pretty much all there is to it. It's pretty straightforward. It's really just a matter of how fast you can bank for your XP per hour, but even if you're just using standard mouse keys, you should still be able to get like 33, 34k XP per hour, no problem. It's just I like to go the extra mile to get a little bit higher XP per hour, but yeah, it's 1-to-1 HK, so not a big deal. As far as the little boxes on the screen, if you want to be able to mark in the bank, it's called Screen Markers. It's a nice little program, and I use it all the time. I'll have that linked in the description as well. It's very lightweight, very simple, and you can just draw things on your screen, which comes in handy for certain skills. And then the little thing up in the top left is a lap timer, which it's designed for crafting things through the Abyss. So it's a little bit odd, like a little bit awkward for doing Astrals, and honestly it's not even really necessary, because as long as you fill your large pouch, or your giant pouch, sorry, after your first banking, while you're banking, then you'll see when it degrades. But I kind of just like to use it so I'm like prepared to know when my pouches are going to degrade. But it seems like generally with Astrals, for some reason, they last like maybe 1 trip longer than Nats. But yeah, either way, it's just a nice little thing you can use to keep track of like about when your pouches are going to degrade. It's just a simple AHK script. I think I will link that in the description because it's not actually related to, like, doesn't affect gameplay at all. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to doing Astrals. It's pretty straightforward, and I hope this guide helps you out. If you have any further questions, definitely let me know. And I'll leave a few minutes of just me continuing to craft Astrals at the end with some music. If you guys want to keep watching to see more of exactly what I'm doing, you don't have to like rewatch through the video. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the guide. Hope it helped you out, and I will see you all later.